How's it going, everyone? The Trout 91 here with a Call of Duty Advanced Warfare commentary. Back to what I do best and what I know most, because let's face it, I'm distinctly average at FIFA. So I'm back to playing Call of Duty. I'm still doing FIFA, obviously, but Call of Duty is my bread and butter, and it's what I'm best at, and it's what I have the most knowledge on. And the past week, all I've had comments and questions about is Call of Duty Advanced Warfare good? Should I get it? Is it worth getting? What do I do? How do I wipe my bum? Etc, etc. Joking, JK, love you boys, but seriously, I'm going to answer that for you right now in a series of questions that I've been asked, and a series of questions that I'm also going to fill in for you that didn't ask those questions. But anyway, what is this game most like? For me, this game is most like Black Ops 2 if I was to compare it to Call of Duty. The gunplay and everything feels a lot like Black Ops 2 out of everything. The time to kill feels like Black Ops 2. Everything feels a lot like Black Ops 2. But I won't say it's hugely like Black Ops 2. I will say it's probably most like Black Ops 2. There are also elements of Halo and Titanfall in there. You know, the whole jumping around, moving about. You can't run on walls, obviously. The stealth stuff, the power-up weapons, the laser stuff, the futuristicness. It's kind of like that in a sense, but with that big Call of Duty twist. I mean, Call of Duty is Call of Duty. There's only so much you can change in Call of Duty, and it just always is that running, that gunning, that killing people, that getting the kill streaks, having a good time, then dying lots of times in a row, raging and breaking your controller kind of Call of Duty. What kind of player are you? So this could depend on how you play the game. So if you're a run and gun kind of player, does it suit you? Yes, completely. There is so much to do run and gun style. Are you the kind of sit back and bide your time kind of player? Are you a sniper? Yes, it suits you. There's stuff you can do with that. What are the maps like? I like a lot of them. They utilize the verticality a lot because obviously that's the main feature of this game. And a lot of them are very game mode specific. So I won't say there's a lot of maps that range over a load of game modes, but they are very game mode specific, I feel, a lot of them. What is the gunplay like? I think it's very, very good. I love the mechanics of your exoskeleton abilities to be able to move about and actually outplay your opponent, because in Call of Duty before, it hasn't so much been a lot of outplaying mechanics, except for Black Ops 2, and I think that was mostly due to the lag and stuff like that and the hit detection. But on this game, I feel like there is a big potential for outplaying your opponent. I will say that I don't think the guns are fairly balanced. I think all the other classes are very much on a par with each other. However, I don't think the assault rifles are. I think the assault rifles are far more powerful than the other classes. Almost at times it feels like the other classes are pointless. I don't want to say they're hugely overpowered, but they're definitely noticeably better than all the other classes, which is something to keep in mind. But I think with a small change to them, which will hopefully come in a patch at some point, that can easily be fixed and it'll be nice and balanced. What is the flow of the games like? I like them, they flow smoothly. However, I feel in some games, on some maps, in some game modes, the spawns aren't quite there. I don't think there's been a Call of Duty in history where the spawns have been perfect from day one. There's always been a problem with them, and I don't think this is the game with the worst spawns from the start, but I don't think they're near to correct. I found a lot of situations where I'm wondering how's that guy spawned there, but overall, I would say they're decent for a day one Call of Duty. What are the connections like? I find they're quite hit and miss at times. Sometimes you get a great connection, sometimes you won't. It'll say like red bar in your connection, which isn't actually a red bar like in previous Call of Duty. It's more like a 2 bar from previous Call of Duties, maybe a low 3 bar. But it's still noticeable when you think you should have killed someone, or you see someone turn the corner at the same time as you and you die for no reason before you can even do anything. And you know, Call of Duty connections are always going to be there. I'm not sure if it's a hosting system or dedicated servers, but they are a bit hit and miss at times. But it's still good in some respects. What is the customization like? There is endless customization. Guns, perks, killstreak loadouts, characters, everything is customizable. If you want a better killstreak, you can use a better killstreak. You want a better gun, you can use a better gun, and all that jazz. Who is this catered for, the elite or the casual? For me, this game really caters to the elite or the very well into their Call of Duty first-person shooter games. If you are new to Call of Duty or first-person shooters on a console, I think you'll struggle with this game. The mechanics that have been put into this definitely cater to those who have like scuffed controllers, have headsets, and are able to utilize their exoskeleton abilities to the max. And I think that's who it suits the most. If you're a casual player and you're just getting into Call of Duty for the first time, I think you're going to struggle with this game, and I'm not sure you're going to fully enjoy it. I could be wrong, but I think that's how it is, because this is a game that has been catered around a large skill gap, and games like Gears of War or Halo or Counter-Strike that have that high skill gap don't cater very well to the casuals, and it takes a lot of time to get used to it. So I think people are going to struggle with that, whereas Call of Duty's always been that casual game that people just pick up and get used to it and play and can do decently well after a couple of games. So that's who I think it caters for. Will you rage? Yeah, you're going to rage, because Call of Duty is Call of Duty at the end of the day, but it's also balanced out by good stuff. Are there OP and cheap things or tactics? I can't say there's anything that's overpowered and cheap, like a noob tube or a one-man army kind of thing, but I will say there are things a little bit stronger, as I said before, like guns, and that's about that. Are you desperate to play it? And that could affect your whether you buy it now or later. If you're desperate to play it and you really want it, yes, get it now. There's no point delaying it. If you could probably wait, you want to play it, but you're not absolutely 100% desperate, you could probably wait till Christmas to get it or something like that. Maybe your mum or dad will get it for you for Christmas, or someone will get it as a present. If you're really not that bothered about Call of Duty, but you're kind of intrigued as to what it is, maybe you rent it from somewhere or borrow it from someone. Maybe see what else is out there in the market, because obviously it's Christmas time. There are tons of games coming out over the next few months, or even that's already come out that you might want to check out. So make sure you're sure of what's out there before you start spending your money on this game. I hope that's kind of cleared things up for you. I personally love this game. I'm really enjoying it. Will I enjoy it in the next month? Maybe I'm still in that honeymoon period. That remains to be continued. I'll let you know about that. But at the moment, I enjoy this game. I think it's got a great learning curve. It suits my kind of play style. It suits my abilities and skill. And that's what I have to say about that. I hope you enjoyed the video. And if it's helped, do send it to other people. Like the video if you want to. Subscribe if you haven't. And I hope to see you soon. Peace out.